Thank you, Madam Chair, and please indulge me while I find my opening statement here. Oop, somewhere here. I'm sorry, I don't have it memorized, sir. I failed you miserably. Let me begin by thanking the members of the committee for their participation in the process of putting together our Homeland Security bill. We made a concerted effort to address as many members' priorities as possible. Our job on this committee is to provide the resources required to keep our nation safe. This bill ensures that the men and women in the Department of Homeland Security who work tirelessly on our behalf have the resources and the tools they need to protect this great nation. The bill before us today provides $62.8 billion within the subcommittee's budget allocation and $20.3 billion for major disaster response and recovery activities. The total within the allocation is $2.1 billion above the fiscal year 2023 level. Appropriation bills communicate priorities. We must invest in border security and immigration enforcement. This administration's border security crisis has gone on long enough. Their policies and funding priorities have not worked. Unlike recent Homeland Security appropriations bills and the President's request, this bill returns to the tried and true border security approach by investing in methods to both secure the border and deter those who have no legitimate basis for entry. First, we provide $2.1 billion for physical barriers with explicit conditions that the funds be put on contract quickly. We all know that walls work. The bill also provides $496 million to hire additional Border Patrol agents for an end strength of 22,000. We also restore $300 million of operational reductions to the U.S. Customs and Border Protection that were included in the administration's request. We reject the proposed cuts that this would continue and that would continue the failed policies of the past. We increase funding levels for border security technology, so our agents and officers have the latest, most effective equipment to detect and deter illegal activity. Detecting fentanyl and other narcotics that are ravaging our communities is a priority for all of us. So we provide $305 million for non-intrusive inspection equipment at the nation's ports of entry. Detention is a deterrent to those who seek to abuse our immigration system and falsely claim asylum. The bill recommends funding 41,000 detention beds, which is 16,000 more than this administration requested, to ensure ICE has adequate capacity to detain those with final removal orders or pose a risk to the public safety, as well as migrants who cross our borders without a legal reason to do so. This bill provides frontline transportation security officers who ensure the safety and security of our skies with a much-needed pay raise to provide compensation parity with the other federal employees and stabilize TSA's workforce. To counter the growing threat of Chinese influence in the Indo-Pacific, the bill provides an additional $335 million to the Coast Guard for fast response cutters. And to increase our presence in the Arctic, the bill provides funds for the Coast Guard to acquire a commercial icebreaker to extend U.S. sovereignty and counter Chinese and Russian expansion into the polar regions. Finally, the bill makes crucial investments in our cyber and critical infrastructure defenses. The Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency has grown rapidly over the last few fiscal years, and this bill slows the growth to allow this relatively new agency to mature. I want to thank the members for their input and staff on the subcommittee, both on the majority and the minority, for their hard work, the bill, and the report. Madam Chair, I yield back.